right, let's do a few problems like this that will be on the test. It will say use mental math to find the products. Use mental math to find the products. So mental math means you should be able to do it in your head. Products means it's a multiplication problem. So if I gave you these problems, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble here. There we go. There. Now, we can use mental math because we know when we multiply by a power of 10, all we're doing is moving that decimal point to the right, however many times there are zeros in one of our factors in that power of 10, right? So 6 and 75/100 times 10, there's 1 0. All we're going to do is take that decimal point and move it over 1. It's right here. So that our answer is, right? You can just do that in your head without having to actually come over on the side here and do an actual 0 times 5 is 0. You know, we don't have to do all this. All we do is move the decimal point. The next one, 2 zeros means move the decimal point 2 spots, right? And move the decimal point 3. 1, 2, 3 spots means we're going to need to add a 0. Okay, that's just mental math to find the product when you multiply by a power of 10. Easy peasy, you got that. All right. Let's see, we've got another find the product. I'm going to do a similar problem here for you. Let's see, let's do, sorry, it's so messy here. Right, find the product. Okay, let's do 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 0 is 0, plus this 1 is 1. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. And in order to go to this spot right here, we need to put a 0, the hero placeholder in to get to the next spot. So 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 0 is 0, plus the 2 is 2. 7 times 0 is 0, and 7 times 0 is 0. All right, let's add it up here. Now, we need to go back. This is not our answer. We need to go back and remember the decimal point. Don't forget that. Okay, so let's look up here and see what we got. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oops, not that one. Let me back up a second. That's not a decimal spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 decimal places. So this decimal point that would have been here is going to have to move over 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal spots. So our answer is right there then. 222 thousandths. All right, hopefully that is the answer you got for the next one. All right, let's keep going. You guys are doing great. This is a great chance for review here for your test. Okay, you will see a question that says, what is the correct way to place the decimal point? Okay, you don't even need to do the math. It gives it for you. It will just give a problem like this. If I said, all right, I said, what is the correct way to place the decimal point? If I gave you some options, if I said, for instance, let me see here. Let me do the math over here and give you some options. If I said, do you place the decimal point here here, here, or here. Which is the correct way to place the decimal point? Right? What would you do? You would look and see, how many places past the decimal are there? And you would see that there is 1, 2 past the decimal. So you're going to take this decimal point right here, that would have been here, and move it 1, 2, and you know that it would be right there. So the correct way to place the decimal point would be that one. Okay, so that will be one type of problem that you will see on your test. Okay, let's try multiplying with money. Okay, this is no different than multiplying decimals, so that should not throw you at all. If you had a problem like this, it's the same as multiplying with a decimal, no problem. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. Let's look and see how many places past the decimal. 1, 2. So we're going to take the decimal point that would have been right here. We're going to move it 1, 2 spots over, and now it's here. And we're adding a dollar sign. Our answer should be $15.70. Good job if you got that one. Okay, the next one I want you to look at, which will be on your test. Try and do this one on your own. It says use clustering to estimate the sum. Use clustering. Remember, clustering means it's kind of grouped all around a similar number. So let me write an example here. Let's do here. Actually, let me erase that because I gotta do this a little bit smaller here. Okay, let's say that we've got this 48 cents plus, we're gonna go with 51 cents plus, let's do 47 cents plus, let's go with 50 cents. Okay, look at those decimals, or look at those dollar amounts or cents amounts really. And they're all kind of clustered around one number that we can use and multiply it by 4 to get a good estimate. All right, if you look at them all, they're all kind of about 50 cents, right? 48 cents, 51, 47, 50. If we had to pick a number, they're all close to 50 cents. So how many 50 cents are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So really what we could do is we could take 50 cents and multiply it by 4 to get a quick answer. All right, so you know that 50 cents, let's do that over here, times 4. Do the multiplication. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. We've got 1, 2 decimal places. We move it over 1, 2 spots, and we get $2 as our estimate. Okay, make sure you know how to cluster. You figure out approximately which number all the listed add-ins are close to, and then you multiply it by how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and they're each about 50 cents. So we're going to take 50 times 4. Hopefully you got that one right. Make sure you're still pausing on each of those and figuring them out yourself. All right. Okay, there's a problem on the test that you're going to see, and this is all digital, but it's going to say use base 10 blocks to show the product. Use base 10 blocks. So you know that base 10 blocks are big square is going to be equal to 1 whole, right? You know that 1/10 is going to be one of those long strips like that, right? 10 of those fit into one of the holes. And then you know that 100th is going to equal one of those little squares like that. So on your test, it's just going to say, use these base 10 blocks to show your product. Okay, so let's try one. Let's see here, how about 5 times 40. Let's not do that one, I'm sorry. Let's take a different one. Let's do 4 times 46 hundredths, okay? So first we're going to figure out what the product is. So let's take 46 hundredths times 4. Okay, 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 2 is 18. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 1. All right, and now we've got 2 places to move our decimal 1, 2. So our answer is going to be 1 and 84 hundredths. All right, 1 and 84 hundredths is our product. Now it asked us, I'm not sure why those don't erase. Okay, it asked us to use base 10 blocks to show the product. So how are we going to show 1? We're going to show 1 like so. All right, 1 and, I had to make this easy on myself, 80, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths, 1 whole, 8 tenths, and 4 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this right here is what it wants when it says use base 10 blocks to show the product. First, you're going to figure out the product. Then you're going to have to drag and drop. Actually, you don't have to drag and drop. I made sure there's no drag and drops. You just have to, it will have these, and you will have to just say how many of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll say how many tenths and how many hundredths. You'll see that on your test. You will do great at that. That basically is every type of problem, all 15, that are going to be on your test.